Hi there, I'm Adrian, and today I'm going to teach you how to play The Mighty Rumble by Wray. Now, this song came out in 1958, I believe, and it still sounds pretty exciting and dangerous to me today, so I can only imagine what it must have felt like when people first heard it in 1958. It's long been a favourite track of mine to play, and as a teacher I've always found it a good one to teach my students, because it sort of manages that rare feat of being a super cool track whilst also being nice and easy and accessible to beginners. So hope we're going to have a lot of fun learning to play this one. Let me show you how it's done. So really what we're dealing with here is a blues in E, albeit a blues with a few little quirks, but we've got our 1, 4 and 5 chords. We've got an E, an A and a B7, the 1, 4, 5 for a blues in E, and we're actually approaching each of those chords with a D chord. So we're playing D, D into E, or D, D to A, or D, D to B7, and that's really the makeup of the first section of this song. So at the very top of the track we've got D, D, E, and if you listen closely to the recording, he's not actually holding down the full D chord. It's technically a D sus2 because he's not pressing down with the second finger. There's an open high E string you can hear in there, so it's more that kind of sound, I think. You can also hear the open fifth string in there as well, which just kind of fills out the sound of the D chord. So make sure you're strumming all of those notes into just a normal cowboy E chord there. That's the first phrase, I suppose, of the song. When you're playing the D chord, you might just want to bring your thumb over the top of the neck just to muffle the low E string, because that's not really going to sound too good if that is ringing when you're playing the D chord. So just mute that with your thumb, and then you can be free to give it a big old strum with your picking hand. And rhythm is another important thing here. We're coming in on beat 3 of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we're coming in on beat 3, and then we're holding the E chord for 4 beats and another 2 beats. So a bar and a half, I suppose. And I'm counting you through this in 4/4 time, but I suppose technically speaking you might notate this song in 12/8 time, because each beat is subdivided into 3. You can feel that kind of da 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 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think it's still important to feel that in groups of 4. So that's how I'm going to explain it to you today. So we just had the D, D to E twice. Then we've got D, D into the A chord. Again, hold that for 6 beats. Then we're back to the E chord again. 4, 1, 2. Then we're hitting the 5 chord, the B7 chord. If you're not familiar with the B7 chord, we've got the 2nd fret on the 5th string with the 2nd finger, 1st fret on the 4th string with index finger, 2nd fret on the 3rd string with 3rd finger, open B string, and I'm just holding down with my little finger the 2nd fret on the top string. So, and you can hear that Wray is just playing the root note on the 5th string first, and then strumming the rest of the chord. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then we've got the nice little descending lick, the bit that goes like this. Which really is just coming straight down the E minor pentatonic scale, if you're familiar with that scale. So we're starting on this G note on the top string. We've got G to an open E, then on the 2nd string it's D to an open B, next string is A to open G, next string E at the 2nd fret to an open D, then it's B on the 5th string, open A, then G at the 3rd fret on the low E string to an open low E string. And you can just give that 3rd fret note a little bit of a pull and a bend down towards the floor. And all of that is played in a triplet rhythm. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Something like that. And I think the smoothest way to play that is probably using down and up strokes, alternate picking with your right hand. So I'm playing it as down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and a down on that last low E. So, and then got another D, D, and then we're back to E for the whole thing to go round one more time. That's the first section of the song. I'm just going to play all of that for you and put it all together. So we've got 1, 2, so D sus 2 to E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Same again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. D to A. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back to E, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now we've got the B7, the root, 2, rest of the chord, 4, 1, 2, and our descending. Then you can take it around again. So that's how the first section goes. The only slight quirk, I suppose, is on the B7 chord. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's a little odd bar of 2 beats there just before you go into the descending pentatonic lick. So I'm going to sort of write out the music to all of this, so that should make it a bit clearer. But to be honest, the best way is just to listen to the song, and it all feels quite natural when you listen to it, and that's probably the best way to get to grips with the slight sort of quirks of the structure. So that's the first section of the song. Just one more thing I was going to say is just the way you're strumming these chords. I mean, it all seems very simple, but there's lots of ways you could attack these chords. You know, it's kind of, there's that, there's, or, so you've got quite a lot of tonal options. I think I prefer to strum slightly towards the bridge and just drag my pick over the strings a little bit rather than doing a very quick strum. I think I like the sound of this kind of just sort of digging into the strings and taking my time a little bit. And if you've got a guitar with a whammy bar, you can always give it a little bit of a wobble on those sustained chords. I think that sounds really good as well. But that's the first section of the song. We play that twice, and then I suppose we've got kind of a solo section of the song. This is where it all kind of goes a bit mental, and Wray is kind of going up high and doing this kind of thing. This is loads of fun to play. He's really just using this single 3-note shape, which is I suppose it's an E triad. I'm playing the 12th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings, and then the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. I'm sort of borrowing the top 2 notes with my index finger, and then with my 2nd finger I'm playing the note at the 13th fret on the 3rd string, and I'm just sliding up to that shape and really just going as fast as I possibly can with my picking hand. So and it's completely okay to be a bit messy with this. I think that's part of the whole vibe of it. But if you want to get a bit of speed going there, obviously really important to stay relaxed and keep a loose wrist so you can get that real kind of tremolo sound going on. So that's the, I guess, the solo section of the song. The most difficult thing here, I think, is just keeping count of where you are in the structure. We want 4 bars worth of this stuff, so you need to be tapping your foot and counting while you're doing this. I think Link Wray is sliding into the chord on the first beat of each bar, so we have something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on that last bar sliding into every beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're back into the main part of the song, so we've got 4 bars on the E kind of chord sound, then we're back to A again, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and it carries on as before: D, D to E, D, D, B7. I think he varies how he plays that B7. So I think after that solo bit, he's actually arpeggiating each note in the chord. Then we have our descending lick again. D, D and E at the end. And if you want to get really nerdy, I think that after the lick, he's actually playing a normal D chord. I can hear that F sharp in there, but just after the lick. The rest of the time he seems to be playing the D sus2 chord. So if you want to really pay attention to detail, you can do that. But that's the kind of solo chorus of the song. I might just play all of that for you, put it all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back to the A. It's gone a little bit out of tune. D, D, E. B7. Then we can just go back round the main sort of chorus section of the song again. Just mention the effects as well. At the end of the song, it's super cool where he turns on some kind of tremolo effect. I guess it's probably a tremolo that's built into his amp. So you get a great kind of wobbly tremolo effect for the last couple of choruses. So definitely give that a try if you've got a tremolo pedal or some tremolo built into your amp, and that will sound super cool. Well, that's about it for this lesson, I think, except maybe to say that even though this is quite an easy track to play from a technical point of view, it's not always that easy to get these things sounding really good. So make sure you're focusing on things like playing with the right kind of attitude and commitment. You know, really dig into the guitar, make sure you're playing with a good tone, and that way I think you'll get it sounding really exciting. Hope you have a lot of fun learning to play it, and hope to see you again for some more guitar related stuff very soon. Bye bye.